Hey, what's up? It's Demi Divine here, and welcome to. Today I'm set up in my home studio for a tutorial on how I make beats using GarageBand. If you didn't know, I'm a musician, available on all platforms. Shameless plug, shameless plug. I've been producing beats, writing music, and collaborating with other artists since I was little. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, listen, and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Step 1, you're going to want to get a sample or create your own original melody. I'm going to get a sample from samplefocus.com. No, this is not a sponsored video. So this is what the website looks like. It has latest sounds, it has trending sounds, it has all sorts of stuff that you could use. Now, I'm going to be using a sample called Flute Melody Reputation. It sounds like this. Right, in the key of C minor. Make sure you get the key and the tempo of the sample so that way you can adjust your settings in GarageBand like so. This one is 70 beats per minute and in the key of C minor. So I'm going to go into GarageBand and adjust accordingly. You're going to want to do this so that way your sample is in time and in key so that when you're producing, it doesn't sound wonky. It doesn't sound out of the ordinary. The next thing you're going to want to do after you download the sample is to analyze the transients. So let me download the sample and upload it into GarageBand. All right, here we have my sample from Sample Focus uploaded, the 70 beats per minute and the C minor key. Now let's hear what it sounds like after it's been uploaded into GarageBand. Right, it's in tempo. Perfect. The next thing you're going to want to do is to analyze the transient. So double click the sample. You're going to want to click follow tempo and pitch. And that's going to analyze the transients for you. Now that that's in there, it has everything in time. So that way, if you change the tempo, it can move accordingly. It'll be 50 beats per minute. It'll be 60 beats per minute. It'll be 120 if I wanted it. But I want it at 70 beats per minute and in the key of C minor. Now that it's, you click follow tempo and pitch. Make sure you click follow tempo and pitch, and that way you'll have it uploaded. All right. That was step 1. Step 2 is find a consistent sound, one that you want to play throughout your music, one that will match more of the flow. So I'm going to search through the loops section because I do enjoy using loops even though a lot of people don't. I'm going to go with the Legend synth drone, add it to the track. Make sure I loop this. Now the consistent sound can often be the melody, but I like to use drones or vocals or violins. So that way it can match my flow, is what I call a flow mojo. That way everything is consistent throughout and it's sounding good. The third step would be to add drums. You can go with a loop or you can create your own pattern. I'm going to see if I can create my own pattern. If not, I'll go with a loop. The classic one I like to click on just to test sounds and rhythms is the 808 flat. I'm going to cut this down because I don't need that long of a section for the drums. Make sure you quantize that, click the note that you used, and click quantize. To make sure everything is all in good time and everything's working out smooth. Oftentimes for hi-hats, I like to use what's already been made because my hi-hat skills are not the best, I'm not gonna lie. So I go with something called Ultimate 808s that has a good selection of hi-hats. Then you add some claps. Make sure you get those quantized as well. Make sure they look right to you too. And a lot of times I don't think the drum tracks hit hard enough, so I duplicate, copy, and paste it, add it on, and then you have something that sounds a little better. It looks like the bass didn't copy, so let me just re-record. Once again, make sure you quantize. Copy that again. This time I'm going to paste it over this one. Alright, the next thing you're going to want to do is add some embellishments, add a little bit of twang, I got my piano set up right here, so that way I could just add this. Remember, this song is in the key of C minor. Alright, since I don't like the way the piano's sounding, what do? Go to loops. Don't be afraid to use loops. Hip hop and R&B. That's my section. You know where it is. Try to go with one that's in the same key. Get some descriptors. Let's go with dark. We're gonna go with Alphabet City 1. Now it's missing something. It needs some more bass. So we're gonna find a bass. We're gonna go back to sample focus and see if we can find anything. Okay, since I couldn't find any loops, I'm going to go back here, add a MIDI recording, see if we can find something in the synths. That sounds good. Synthesizer, bass, 808s. Okay, I'm gonna put on my headphones for this next part and see if I can come up with something.
Alright, this is where I record the bass line, and then after you get a good bass line, you're gonna want to do a few more things, but here's me recording the bass line, laying those tracks down. You know, it's pretty groovy, it's pretty funky. Sorry you guys can't hear the beat anymore. I had some technical issues, but next video it'll be better. Alright, so like I said in the other steps, you're gonna want to quantize what you record. So right here, this is me doing the quantization for the bass line, and make sure you highlight all the different notes that you use so that all of them can be in time. After you handle that, the next thing you're going to want to do is organize the beat. So you have everything you need. You have all the basic notes. You have the basic instruments. You have your melody. You have your key. You have your your staying note, your consistent sound, and you have everything that you need for a whole beat. The next thing you do is just organize it in a way, in a pattern that makes sense. You don't have to have everything playing at once. You don't have to have anything playing at all at certain points. So this is me getting everything in order to make a beat that sounds good to me. You'll know the song is too fire if you get system overload notifications. So boom, it's heat. Right here is where I realized I needed a different intro bass line. So that's exactly what I did. I recorded one for the intro. And then, always quantize. And if you're not going to quantize, look at the notes you record and make sure they're in a time that you would like. Alright, the next thing I like to do when I'm making beats is to duplicate the melody and to drop the pitch of said melody. To do that, you click plugins, then you go down, and then you click pitch. Then you select pitch shifter. The pitch shifter changes the pitch of the sample or whatever melody, bass line, sample loop, whatever you were using. To do that, it's like this. I usually go an octave lower. I started speeding up at this part, so it's going to get a little fast. The mix determines how much of the original sound is still playing. The next thing I like to add is a spreader to add dimensions. It spreads the sound across the speakers, and it allows you to have a more fuller sounding sound. Alright, and that's how I like to make my beats, guys. Now here's what the entire beat sounds like.